Hi friends, this is a short video on the happenings within the Congress and the BJP in the last couple of days. First, we look at the Congress. Jitin Prasada, one of the leaders of the Congress and part of the G23, who signed the letter rebelling against the Congress and demanding a full-time president for the Congress and not a part-timer, has joined the BJP nearly a year ahead of the UP polls. So what it signifies is that the existing crop of young leaders are totally disenchanted with the current leadership and want to move out. So the elder ones are keeping quiet because for their age there is no position that is vacant within the BJP. And for the BJP also, I think it serves good to have younger leaders and young faces within the BJP. But what is more significant for the Congress is that younger leaders are slowly moving away from the Congress. We saw that Scindia from BJP, he from Madhya Pradesh, he moved to the BJP last year, causing the fall of the Congress government. And Sachin Pilot tried in Rajasthan, but he couldn't succeed in toppling the existing Gehlot government in Rajasthan. So, but again, the rumblings within the Congress still remain, where the younger brigade is still demanding their pound of flesh, or they want to be really paid attention to. Sachin, for example, Sachin Pilot was the one who really propped up the Congress in Rajasthan, and he was the one who really worked hard. But he was given the go by, and instead again Gehlot became the chief minister. So not only this, if we move over to Punjab again, Amarinder Singh continues to be one of the great leaders within Punjab, and he was the one who successfully led the Congress against the Akalis and brought the Congress to power after nearly 10 years. So again, for him, again that the central leadership trying to do some politics, they're trying to create Sidhu as another leader, trying to accommodate Sidhu, just despite his utterances against Amarinder Singh. So what is Congress really trying to do? Trying to cut regional leaders to size so that they keep fighting amongst themselves, so that there is no one as a threat to the central leadership. So that's what seems to be obvious from what the Congress is really trying to do. Keep the regional leaders really at quarreling with each other to ensure that there is no threat to Rahul Gandhi or Sonia. I think that's what seems to be obvious, because Amarinder Singh on his own can challenge the AAP. See, right now in Punjab, the fight is only between the AAP and the Congress. The Akalis have become weak, and BJP is not a big force in Punjab, mainly in the cities. So in that case, what is Congress going to do? Just the infighting is going to cost them dear, and the AAP may storm back to power in Punjab next year. So is that what the Congress wants? We really don't know. But they just want all the regional leaders cut to size. So that's what seems to be pretty obvious. So like this, if they keep on scoring own goals, I think Congress will cease to exist. But we really want a good opposition, but that opposition should not be led by Rahul Gandhi or the Sonia Gandhi family. But those folks are not ready to give up their seats. So they want to remain in power. The main problem with the Congress is that as soon as the independence was achieved, Mahatma Gandhi said, disband the Congress. We achieved independence and the purpose has been served. But Nehru never paid heed to that. So if really they had disbanded the Congress and started the groundwork from the ground, probably we would have had a good opposition, and really we could have had at least two good parties within the Congress itself. But that was not to be the case for India. And still, now with BJP in the saddle, now we don't have a strong opposition again, which is not really good for democracy as such. So the next one is the BJP. What's happening within BJP, in especially in West Bengal. So after raising hopes that they may come to power, what has happened is that Mamata Banerjee has successfully retained power. So thanks to the media, what has been projected is that she has won back power, but that was never the case. Already she was ruling for 10 years, and this is one more, she has retained power. That should have been the statement. But since the media is always anti-BJP, Mukul Roy, who was instrumental in the BJP getting at least 18 MPs in the 2019 elections, has gone back to the Trinamool. It's like a Ghar wapsi. I think instituted by Mamata Banerjee herself. But by doing it herself, I think she is making a big mistake. We will know it in the coming maybe due to some electoral compulsions, court cases, whatever it is, or they expected to come to power. And being out of power, I think he feels that since with Adhikari out of Trinamool, so he feels that he may not be given the leader of the opposition in BJP, so he wants to go back to Trinamool. So that is the case. Plus, what we are also hearing is that at least half of the legislators within BJP are ready to cross over back to Trinamool. I don't know how far it is true, but a lot of folks who jumped ship from Trinamool to the BJP just before the assembly elections are ready to go back to Trinamool if Mamata allows. But what we have to look at it in the real perspective is that BJP is really a good party of the future. It doesn't encourage family dynastic politics. And being a good party, so I think it should lead by example. So in real life also, what I have observed is that good people should always be good and bad people should always be bad. If they try to turn over a new leaf, they will be eliminated. We see in movies also, villain will be like a villain. Once he tries to change himself, they will be killed. So in many cases in real life also you would have seen that. So BJP is a party of the future and tries to work on its principles. So when it's a principle party and a cadre-based party, trying to encourage defections from Trinamool just before the elections really caused, I think, disenchantment with the cadre who have been serving the BJP for a long time. It was pretty obvious before the elections also, like a lot of leaders within BJP, they were making their statements openly. And that's what I think transpired during the election also. So Mamata was able to retain power. And now, who are Ayaram, Gayaram, these folks, they want to come back to Trinamool. This Ayaram, Gayaram term came from Haryana, wherein like morning a group of leaders, I think from Congress or Bhajanlal party, so they said we are going to exit the Congress. Again in the evening they said no, we are going back to Congress. So it became like Ayaram. There are two Rams. So that's when the term was coined, like Ayaram, Gayaram. So it really, that's what it seems to be obvious. So I think BJP should try to build up its strength. See, in Tripura it worked. Engineering defections from communist and other parties, it worked because already the Communist Party had lost power in West Bengal, and it was a smaller state. But West Bengal is a very big state where at least they have at least more than 25% population is minority. So which means that they have considerable clout in terms of votes. So unless they develop cadres and organizational level in each of the taluks or districts, BJP can never dream of coming back to power or coming to power in West Bengal. So they need to have a local face. So it was possible in Bihar, wherein Lallu was entrenched right from 1989 till 2004. For 15 years he ruled and he spoiled Bihar. So until Nitish Kumar rebelled and his party came out, BJP could not really be part of the government. So it took them 15 years for something like Lalu Prasad to be family to be thrown out of power. So Mamta being a lady, she knows how to grab power, and it's very difficult, as I mentioned in one of my videos, that it's very difficult to take away power from a lady, and especially a person like Mamta, who is really very haughty, arrogant, whatever adjective we can give it to her. And her party also has certain family politics where her nephew has now gained prominence. So that's why Suvendra Adhikari came out of Trinamool. So I think he may not go back. So if Suvendra Adhikari also goes back to Trinamool, then BJP has to really struggle hard. But they need to grow that organization in all of the districts. That's how they can really hope coming to power in West Bengal. So until then, I think we can see this Ayaram Gayaram politics in West Bengal. So let's see BJP learns its lessons and tries to cultivate good local leadership and also builds up its organization within West Bengal. Only then it can emerge as a good challenger to Trinamool at all levels. So with the life threats, Trinamool is ensuring that no one is ready to challenge. But again, evil things always are more powerful than good things. And anyway, just like if we say good things have to come to an end, all bad things also need to come to an end. So it will come to an end only with continuous growth and continuous efforts of the BJP. Let's wait and watch. Thanks for watching. இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்க. தேங்க்ஸ்.